Our project is the effect of metal flexibility on vehicle reliability with Nitinol. My name is Dilay Gökçe.
My name is Berkan Ölüşer.
We are the students of Acarkent Doğa High School.
First of all, I want to start with how was the project idea born? This major accident happened in front of our eyes as a result of the collision which involved 6 vehicles and caused by the rain in 2018. A person died and many people, including one of our beloved relatives, got injured. The shattered state of the cars after the accident, the pain of the people at the accident deeply affect us.
As can be seen from these data, accidents mostly result in serious material damage. In order to keep these material damage minimum and to prevent loss of life, we have developed our project by aiming to keep the pressure to be created by coating with high impact absorbent, spheroelastic and shape memory nitinol in the outer skeleton of our vehicles or as the coating in the general skeleton structure, and to keep the damage to a minimum by absorbing the impact and absorbing the pressure using the 13% elasticity of nitinol.
As we mentioned about nitinol, what is a nitinol? The known name of the nitinol T alloy consists of 50% nickel and 50% titanium. Today we call it memorized alloys. It has a very hard structure at high temperatures, but as its temperature decreases, its flexibility increases, which is opposite. The reason for this is that the crystals of the atoms in the Ni alloy are different in hot environments, and the crystals in the cold environment are different. While the shape can change with the force applied at low temperatures, when it's heated, the position of the crystalline atoms change, and they return to their original positions without permanent deformation. Even though, if we apply shock cooling, it has the feature of permanently preserving its shape.
Let's talk about the designing finite elements with ANCYC. The FEE simulation software chosen for analysis ANCYC. This simulation technique helps engineers mostly during in the design phase.
Spheroelasticity is recovered up to 11% of the nitinol.
Let's talk about the nitinol's shape memory. If the shape and the internal crystal structure of an object made of shape memory alloy is deformed, it will not return to its original state when the force on its removed remains deformed. If we apply some heat to this deformed object, the crystal structure of the object changes to a different form, causing the object to revert to its programmed shape.
I want to tell you something about advantages of nitinol. One of the important features that encourage the use of nitinol material is that it's economical. Not only its low cost to set up, its power consumption is also low. Nitinol wires are very quiet during usage. Also, nitinol wires will continue to function for a long time if they are not exposed to excessive voltage and heat and they are used appropriately. Nitinol is more durable and long-lasting than other alloys.
Let's talk about now the application. We have decided to make the application with the magnetron sputtering vacuum machine. In this project, it has been taken into consideration that coating can be made in 2 ways, like the first one by applying heat treatment with magnetron, and the second one by spraying with a chemical solution.
As we mentioned about, nitinol contains nickel, and nickel can cause allergic reactions if we contact with the complex human body. We decided to coat our nitinol with copper by electrolysis method in our school's laboratory. As a result of this coating, nitinol became more usable.
Here, as you see in the copper sulfate liquid, we reduced pure copper metal at the anode to form copper plus 2 ions, then oxidize these ions to form a copper surface on nitinol. Our goal here is to ensure that nitinol remains more resistant to environmental conditions and to reduce the effect of nickel as allergenic substance. Furthermore, as stated in the report, vanadium tetroxide and the vanadium pentoxide can be also used instead of the copper too. Let's watch the simulation. This car has not the nitinol. And this car has nitinol. And let's watch the other simulation. The coefficient of the elasticity is inversely proportional to the stiffness. In other words, the higher elasticity, the greater damage. Due to this basis, speeds from 35 to 15 are tested in the simulation. The cage stiffness and the hood stiffness of the car are taken into account. If the stiffness of the cage structure is high, the flexibility is high too. The opposite is also true. In outputs, maximum deceleration, cage crash, and the hood crash are taken into account on the exits.
I want to give some information about cost analysis. According to figures the Vehicle Support Manufacturers Association, it was announced that there were 1.3 billion motor vehicles in the world in 2018. In 2020, this figure is estimated to approach 2 billion vehicles. Based on this, we say that our company will cost between $78 and $156. Considering that the weight of Nitinol is $15 in the way of transforming this idea into profit, and that 5 to 10 kilograms should be used depending on the size of the vehicle. If our cost is maximum of $156 per vehicle, it will be sold to be used in vehicles for $174 with 10% profitability. Here we want to reach at least 20% of the market. For example, if we apply this project to 260 million vehicles, our total income would reach approximately $4,063,381.
Let's talk about now the results of the project. This project has the property of being the first in the literature. In addition, it's our national and domestic technology product and clearly shows the importance we attach to human life. Nitinol coating reduces vehicle damage by a minimum of 40%. As a result, it has been observed that it provides serious advantages as it minimizes the damage caused by loss of life and property. In conclusion, we'll talk about the suggestions too. It's important that these surface treatments are evaluated by clinical practice. If positive results are obtained from all stages of the research, it can be used as coating on the exoskeleton of vehicles. The results of SEM EDEX chemical analysis must be examined independently too. Thank you for your listening.